Now, speaking of understanding, walk us through what was the nudge or push for you to go ahead and run for office?
Let me tell you, I woke up one morning mad. And a lot of people get frustrated. So, full disclosure, right? I live in Buckhead. I live in a fantastic apartment community. Now, what's interesting about District 3 is that we have 50% homeowners and we have 50% of individuals that live in some rental type apartment condo kind of concept. And I'm in the 50% that live inside of an apartment. Now, I love the district that I live in. And when it was broached to me, like all renters, that it's time, please consider, are you going to resign your lease? Right? I started looking at what the increase was on my rent. And I was like, oh my, wait a minute. And I said, well, maybe I need to start looking for a house. And in Buckhead, the average home price is 1.8 million. There are no starter homes in this district. Okay. And so I was like, wait a minute, hold on a second. So I said, well, let me go ahead and start looking for a, listen, let me start with a what is it called? A lease to purchase. Let me start there. And then that started at 500,000. Now I make decent money. I make good money. Back in the day, that 5 years ago, listen, if you made over 100 grand, you were living large in the state of Georgia, especially in Atlanta. And so that's no longer the case. So I found myself frustrated and stuck because I was like, there's about 50% of us who love to live in this district and we have nowhere to go. But there is no mobile upward mobility like that used to be, right? And I jokingly say that Midtown, if we all started Midtown, that was a little party spot. Everyone found your mate, you found your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, and then you have children, you might get married, and then you want to start moving up, right? Because that's the American dream, upward mobility. And now we're making choices just like me. People are making choices. Like if you want to move your children into a better school district, they can't afford to come. They can't afford to come. They can't afford to move up. So we have a lot of people moving out of the districts. And I made the decision like, wait a minute, we've got to do better. Attainable housing has to be something that we can work on. And one of the things that I know that can be done is that the county commissioners, they have the ability to create tax credits in relationship with the state, right, with state representatives to give some tax relief to renters. There needs to be a voice for people that rent in the district that want to become homeowners, right? And so that's what threw me into this space, doing the research, going, wait a minute, there's more. I always say, like, people come here into this district because it seems a place of luxury. And when I say that, I mean, like, we have really great amenities, right? We have the Atlanta Museum, History Museum. We've got all these great arts. We've got great shopping. We've got great food. We've got great schools. But if you live in a particular area, you might be stuck. And that is what fueled me to go, wait a minute, we need a voice over on that side of the house, right? Because I know from the work that I do, apartments normally get left off the list. For some odd reason, renters aren't seen as fully engaged constituents. And I know that that is not the truth. We are highly engaged. And in District 3, we are a must-have community of the three times the rent people. So it is not like you can't have one time the rent, the two times the rent, you have to have three times the rent. And with that being said, we know by statistics and research that people that make over $90,000 are highly engaged. Voters, they're highly engaged politically. So we're losing a voice here, and we need really good representation of people like me who are engaged in the process, who want to stay and live and grow and build and set those roots in this community. And there aren't many options for that. That's why I got into this race.